How nice was this to kind of get not only this win, but a game like this where it's not a dogfight, you guys are in control of it. It's got to be kind of cool for your confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to have games like we did against Wisconsin Green Bay. It's really exciting, and Coach Culp told us going into this game to have the same intensity that we did with Wisconsin Green Bay as Cleveland State, and if we wanted to be successful in our non-conference, we're going to have to keep up that intensity throughout the rest of our games before we go into conference play. So it was definitely nice to have a large margin lead for other people to get in, but she just emphasized that we have to make sure we keep our intensity up the whole game.
How good was it to see, obviously you're going to get your minutes, but other players, they may not. How good was it to see some other players come in today, score points, and kind of get their confidence up a little bit?
It's great to see. I think it makes everyone, I think it brings us closer together, and it builds up their confidence, so then when their time comes, regardless of what game it's going to be, they'll be ready to go. And it's always just good to see everyone score, and it's not just one player, but it's a whole team effort.
What did you think about Jones trying to take over the offense at the end of the game?
I thought it was awesome because she's a great offensive threat. She's really strong. So when we give it to her on the low block, we know that she can do something with it. She also has a really decent outside shot too. But yeah, I loved it, her taking it up strong, because I think she honestly probably did a better job than Yo and I did in terms of just powering it up in the block.
It looked like that was part of the game plan, though, is to get the ball in the low post against them. Was that part of it?
Yeah, they were playing behind a little bit, and they weren't doubling us. Most teams typically have been doubling us lately, so we like to take advantage of that. And when they did start doubling, it was emphasized pass back out. But yeah, it was definitely look for the low block too.
We talked a little bit about what the defensive strategy was in general. What were you trying to do against them defensively?
They kind of just run a motion set. They don't have a whole lot of plays, so it was just to make sure that they don't slip and cut to the basket on us. Really just our basic defensive principles of just jumping to the help side and making sure we stay with our man and having our hands up and staying low the whole time, just making sure we had good defensive pressure the whole game.
Well, you talked a little bit about the big offensive start. It kind of fell apart after those first 4 minutes offensively, but the defense didn't.
Right. I think that's what kind of got us back into the offensive flow, because Coach always says if there's one thing you can control, it's defense and how hard you work. So if the ball's not going in the basket, you can still work hard on defense to have another shot to go back down and try and score again. And defense can give you a lot of momentum. You get a defensive stop, it can take a lot out of the other team, and they don't want to play defense on us. So it's really helpful to have good defense. And even though maybe those shots don't fall all the time, we know that they will eventually.
Anything else?